You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the biggest TV plot holes and unresolved plot lines.
You two ran North Jersey.
We did?
Yeah.
This includes questions answered in supplementary material, as they were not answered within the show itself. This is your spoiler alerts. Number 10. Who stole Peggy Carter's file? Agent Carter.
If I may, it seems Los Angeles has rather agreed with you, Miss Carter.
Excitement was quite high for Agent Carter, one of the first shows under the MCU umbrella. Despite that, it lasted just 2 seasons and ended on a tantalizing cliffhanger. Jack Thompson is shot by an unseen assailant who proceeds to steal a redacted file on Carter. Unfortunately, the show was canceled before the storyline could play out, meaning we never learned who shot Jack and stole the file. An answer essentially came a few years later when producer and writer Jose Molina insinuated that it was Peggy's presumed dead brother, Michael. While this info is now considered canon by many, it wouldn't necessarily be known to casual fans.
Coming! All right, they're throwing me out of here. I gotta go.
Number 9. Who was pregnant? Moesha.
Shucky ducky, look what I found in the trash. A pregnancy test.
Man, now what was you doing in the trash?
I was going through it.
A huge hit for UPN in the late 90s, Moesha was a sitcom following the titular teenager in Los Angeles. However, interest and ratings eventually dropped and the network canceled the program in 2001 following its 6th season. Unfortunately, the story ended on a huge mystery that has never been resolved.
But that's not what is important. What is important is somebody in this room is pregnant.
A positive pregnancy test is found in Moesha's dorm, but it's unclear if the test belongs to Moesha or someone else. The plan ostensibly was to resolve this cliffhanger on the spin-off show, The Parkers. But for whatever reason, this never happened. So we'll just have to use our imaginations and fill in the blanks ourselves.
Dorian, where's Daddy? We have something we need to talk to him about.
Yeah, look, something very, very important.
Number 8. What happened to Keeler? 24.
My name is Jack Bauer. I'm a federal agent. We know who you are. We know what you're trying to do.
This iconic drama was an unbelievable success that drew huge ratings, resulting in 9 seasons and a TV movie. Point is, they had plenty of time to resolve the fate of President John Keeler. Keeler was a fixture in the 3rd and 4th seasons, but was left in critical condition after Air Force One was shot down.
Was Air Force One just hit? Was Air Force One just hit?
And that was basically the last we heard of him. While the show went on for many more seasons, Keeler's ultimate fate was never addressed. The writers have given conflicting accounts, with some saying that he survived alive and others that he died. According to writer-producer Howard Gordon, Fox forbade them from killing an American president on screen, forcing them to pen a more ambiguous fate.
If I go down, you have to stay the course. Do you understand?
Mr. President, I'm sure it won't come to that.
Number 7. Who is Earl Jr.'s father? My name is Earl.
Joy, was that the Halloween party where Fat Steve dressed up like the Kool-Aid guy and broke his nose trying to run through the wall?
Yeah?
I wore a skeleton costume to that party.
The 4th season of this popular NBC sitcom ended with the famous "to be continued." But yeah, no. The series was unexpectedly canceled in 2009, supposedly owing to financial conflicts between the network and studio. And because of this, Earl wasn't able to finish his list. And we never learned the true paternity of Earl Jr.
What does that mean?
It means I'm not Earl Jr.'s father.
Creator Greg Garcia conducted a Reddit AMA in 2013 and claimed that the father was going to be someone famous, like Dave Chappelle or Lil Jon. The writers were unable to work out the full plotline owing to the surprise cancellation. So Dave Chappelle might be Earl Jr.'s father. Take that as you will.
Now, everybody just calm down.
Number 6. What happened to Judy? Family Matters.
Let me hold him.
No, Aunt Rachel said I could take care of little Richie.
I want to hold him.
You can hold him when you get older.
When I get older, he won't be a baby anymore.
Sitcoms have a problem with randomly dropping characters and never bringing it up again. The trope even has a name. It's called Chuck Cunningham Syndrome, which is named after the Happy Days character who dropped off the face of the earth. Another famous example is the sassy Judy Winslow from Family Matters, who was unceremoniously written out in the show's 4th season.
All right now we're going to have a wedding. But directly after that, We're gonna have a funeral.
Not only did she stop appearing, but the other characters began acting like she never existed in the first place. Various reasons have been given for this, including budget constraints, behind-the-scenes drama, and the growing importance of Steve Urkel over the Winslow family.
Right now, you have over 100 crazed teenagers in your backyard ready to boogie. What?
Number 5. What was Will going to say to Alicia, the good wife?
Alicia.
Mr. Gardner, about ready here.
Hold on, Your Honor. I'll call you back.
Some mysteries remain unanswered due to surprise cancellations and network interference. Others are left intentionally ambiguous, as is the case with Will's call to Alicia in The Good Wife. Will Gardner is shot and killed in the appropriately titled episode, Dramatics, Your Honor, leaving behind a frustrating voicemail to Alicia.
I have no idea why he would call. He called at 11:30. Wasn't he in court? He must have been on a break.
Will is interrupted while on the phone, leaving his motivation for calling Alicia unknown. She spends the whole next episode trying to deduce his message, but to no avail. Like Alicia, we're forced to fill in the blanks ourselves, as that's exactly what the writers intended.
Do you know why?
No.
He didn't say anything.
No.
Number 4. What happened to Sam? Quantum Leap.
Why did you create Project Quantum Leap, Sam?
To travel in time.
There are few endings in TV history as frustrating as Quantum Leap. In the original sci-fi adventure, Sam Beckett hops through time to correct past mistakes from history. In the final episode, Sam meets a godlike figure who tells him he can return home if he so desires.
You're saying I can leap home anytime I want?
Technically, yes.
What's the catch?
The catch is that you have to accept that you control your own destiny.
Instead, he decides to reunite Beth and Al before venturing into an unknown future. Viewers are given a bizarre title card vaguely informing them that Sam never returned home, and that was that. Creator Donald Bellisario was unsure if the series was being renewed, so he penned an ending that could work as both a cliffhanger for a new season and an ambiguous series finale. Turns out the show was not renewed, so we got the latter. The show was rebooted in 2022, but with different main characters.
Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. After years of attempting to bring him home, the project was abandoned. Until now.
Number 3. Who was the prince that was promised? Game of Thrones.
Stannis was not the prince who was promised, but someone has to be.
It's no secret that Game of Thrones kind of fell apart at the end. As a result, many mysteries were either ignored completely or given unsatisfactory conclusions. For example, the famous R+L=J theory, as Jon Snow's lineage didn't really amount to anything.
You're the true king. Aegon Targaryen, 6th of his name, protector of the realm, all of it.
And what about the prince that was promised? The identity of the prophesied savior was never revealed, although many assume that it was Jon. But this is far from confirmed. And it could also be Rhaenyra, Stannis, or Daenerys, as prince, in this case, is gender neutral. Making the situation trickier is that the prophecy was not fully adapted from the novels, so non-book readers were left even more confused.
So the proper translation for that prophecy would be the prince or princess who was promised will bring the dawn.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it?
No, but I like it better.
Number 2. What was with the numbers? Lost.
You use those numbers to play the lottery? Yeah.
Lost left behind a questionable legacy following a disappointing ending that left many threads dangling. One of the biggest was the importance of Walt and his mysterious abilities. But there are bigger questions, like what the heck was with the numbers?
Look, Lenny, I gotta know. What do the numbers mean?
We know they correspond to the candidates, but that doesn't really address all of their mystery. Why do they pop up everywhere? Why exactly were they broadcasting them from the radio tower? Why were they special and powerful? Apparently, they're a part of the Valenzetti equation that predicts the end of humanity. But you'd have to play the game, The Lost Experience, to know that. It's just a tangle of mythology that has no real satisfactory answers.
Tell me why you wrote this. What do these numbers mean, please?
I don't know.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Did Tony die? The Sopranos.
Hey.
Made in America is one of the most divisive ending episodes in TV history, drawing both acclaim and criticism for its ambiguous ending. Some argue that Tony definitely died. Some argue that he didn't. Some argue that it's the paranoid tone of the scene that matters rather than its explicit outcome. Regardless, the mystery of Tony's fate has drawn a wide array of interpretations and is still hotly debated to this day.
Onion rings. Best in the state, as far as I'm concerned.
Creator David Chase has seemingly confirmed in various interviews that Tony dies. But then again, he is adamant that those quotes were misinterpreted and taken out of context. Ironically, this has only fueled the debate even more, with Chase's comments proving just as ambiguous as the ending he produced. Do you have the answers? Let us know in the comments below.
You probably don't even hear it when it happens, right?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.